I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's an ice cream truck in the background. Also, okay, so we got Christmas lights up. I know it is not the time for Christmas lights, but you know what? Jesus is the reason of every season, so I will keep these lights on. Thank you very much. Hey Spartans for Christ, welcome to the channel. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you're not, and you don't really know what this is about, hi, I'm Miss. Welcome to Spartans for Christ. We're just a bunch of teenagers seeking after Christ with everything we have and trying to have some fun while we're at it. Feel free to subscribe and hit the notifications. So I don't know about where you guys are, but over here is hot. Is really hot, and it's making me really want to go swimming in a nice pool, no worries. And you know, since school year's over, it's summer vacation, I'm a senior now. I am looking forward to the moment. What moment, you might say? The moment where I am in my robe with my cap on, ready, walking down that road, getting that diploma. Can almost smell it walking down. I can't wait. Graduation, it feels like, it's what we high schoolers live for, but it feels like, it was so long to get here, and now I'm here. I'm officially a senior now, and I'm kind of like, I've been living the past 3 years for this moment, and I know it's going to go by in the blink of an eye, and then I'll be like my best friend who just dropped her own, she wrote this, it's amazing, go check it out. Soon I'll be like her, she's in college and she's looking forward to ending her 4 years to then go on to another 4 years. Basically my point is, we all have a moment that we're looking forward to. Some people, my peeps, it's graduation, let's go. Whether that's from middle school or high school, no judgment. Although, I feel like you shouldn't have a graduation for 8th grade. But, I'm not going to say you guys haven't accomplished anything, you guys have started puberty. But, basically, my point is we all have moments. There's the wedding, the big moment of wedding, first date, first kiss. Hopefully not in that order. If you get married and then start dating, there's some problems. No, just saying. But, I was praying about what to talk about today, and God brought moment in my head. I was like, okay, the moment I can talk about, this moment. He's like, nope, that moment, nope. Okay, I can talk about enjoying every moment. He's like, hold on a moment. I'm like, yes, sir. And he's like, I want you to talk about the moment. And this moment, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is the most amazing moment. It's so epic. I'll set the scene, right? You're in worship. You're lifting your hands, you're praying. If you don't go to church, I'm setting the scene for you, okay? You're in worship. This is where you groove, whether you're on stage or whether you're in the pews, you're praising Jesus, and then a slower song gets on and everyone's getting groovy, everyone's praying. And then God talks to you and is like, yo, I want you to pray for this person. Okay, there's many ways this could happen. It could be like an altar call, and God's like, I want you to go up to this person at the altar that you don't know and pray for them. Or I want you to go up to your friend and pray for them. Or, you could just be in the pews, and God's like, okay, I want you to pray for this person next to you, whether you know them or not. There are many different ways this can happen. Actually, one time one of my friends actually felt God telling her to go all the way across the church to pray for this other woman she never met before. So yeah, there's a lot of the moments, but the moment I'm referring to is that awkward moment where you feel God clearly tell you, I want you to pray for this person. And yeah, it can be really, really awkward, embarrassing, nerve-wracking. But I'm here with a little reminder for you. But before we get to the reminder, I have a story for you. My best friend and I had spent the weekend together. We had, best friends, you rant to them, you're there, they're there for you, you're there for them, The person who knows all your imperfections is Jesus and your best friend, okay? Most of the time. And so, we had just ranted. I knew all her stuff, she knew all my stuff, and she stayed over the weekend, and we went to church, my church. And we're there, we're during worship, and I feel God tugging in my heart, yo, I want you to pray for her. And, I had already known, some of the stress that she was going through. And so I was like, I should pray for her. So I started praying for her, and God was like, no, I don't want you to pray for her, I want you to pray with her. I want you to reach out and pray with her so that, she knows you're there, so that you can pray together as one. And I was like, okay, God, nah, I'm good. I'm sure she can handle praying alone. It's fine. And then the pastor gets on stage and goes, hey, I want to encourage you. If you know the person standing next to you, I encourage you to reach out and pray for them. If you feel like they should come to the altar, come with them. But pray for the person next to you if you know they're going through something. And I'm like, man, God, you could have just told me. He's like, I did. And so he's like, okay, reach out and pray for her. And I'm like, no, God, I can't. And the pastor's like, go reach out and hold their hand and pray with them. Like, God, I can't. I've held her hand before, but this is like really awkward. Like, she's in her zone. Like, you know when your best friend is in the zone, and she was in the zone. And one thing I've learned in the past 5 years is you don't mess with her when she's in the zone. So I'm like, God, she's in the zone with you, she doesn't need me. And God's like, I want you to reach out and pray with her. And I'm like, God, I'm sorry, forgive me, but I'm going to pray for her over here. So, I'm just awkwardly standing with my best friend, praying, and I missed the moment that day. I mean, this doesn't always happen, but I feel like God kind of was like, you're getting out of your comfort zone today. The pastor actually came up to me, kind of like tapped my hand, and he was like, hey, come here. And then we went on stage, he's like, I want you to worship, and I was like, okay. I started singing, and then he basically had me pray in front of the entire church, which was an amazing experience. God moved, and it was epic. But ultimately, the moral of the story was, in that moment, I was with my best friend, because a lot of times, you hear about it, and it's kind of like, oh, I wouldn't be able to pray with a stranger either. This was my best friend. Like, we've been best friends for 5 years. Feels like forever. 5 years. We know each other so well. We've done the weirdest things together, and I felt awkward reaching out and praying for her. And ultimately, I believe fully that she left that service with what she needed. Whether it was a touch from God, whether it was a word from God, whatever it was, she left that service. I fully believe she left that service with what she needed, with the encounter with God that she needed. So you must be like, okay, so why does it matter then? Why should we step out of our comfort zones? Because I'm the one that missed out. And that sounds selfish, but I'm going to explain. I'm the one that missed out because God in that moment was giving me the opportunity to let Him use me. He was saying, look, because ultimately God doesn't need us, but He wants to use us. He longs to use us for His glory. And in that moment, God was saying, look, I can do this. I can speak to her. I can give her that peace. I can do what she needs, but I want to use you. I want to work through you to touch her. I want to work through you. I want to use you. And guess what? I said no. And she walked away with what she needed, and I walked away knowing that I missed an opportunity to be a part of whatever God did in her life. I honestly do wish I could go back and pray for her. And had the courage to reach out. So I'm here to encourage you in those awkward moments. It's worth it. Step out of your comfort zone and step into the comfort of knowing that God is using you for His glory. And it is so worth it. It is so worth the awkwardness, the embarrassment, because ultimately I don't know, maybe this doesn't psych you out, but it just psychs me out. It hypes me up knowing that God wants to use me. He wants to take me outside of my comfort zone to use me. Like, okay, sorry. I don't know, it's so amazing to me. And I'm here to encourage you. God wants to use you. God wants to use you to touch other people. He wants to use you in other people's lives. He wants to use you to bring Him glory. But like with everything, it's your choice. Are you going to say yes? Are you going to step out of your comfort zone and let Him use you? Or are you going to stay in that cocoon of God can handle it on His own? It's your choice, and I hope you choose to step out of the comfort zone. Hey, Spartans for Christ! How you doing? Okay, so I don't know if you guys, how many of you guys know this, but as I said in the beginning, this is a place where teenagers are seeking after Christ with everything we got and having some fun while we're at it. And this is where we're going to be having some fun. It's going to be really awkward if it doesn't land in the right place. This is the SIB, also known as the Saturday in Between, and this is where we're going to be having some fun. So far, there's only one video, I will admit, and it's 9 side effects of quarantine. Go check it out. Subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you know when I upload. Basically, what is this channel? I'm just going to be posting some fun, funny, fantastic, frazzling videos. I don't know what frazzling means. Videos for y'all's enjoyment and for my enjoyment to edit it and look weird. But yeah, share this with a friend. And guys, I hope this video spoke to you. Step out of your comfort zone. It is so worth it. Peace out.